Good morning, gang. Good morning. Welcome to this week's Bitcoin update and the final Bitcoin update before Christmas. First and foremost, big shout out to Prime XBT. Thank you once again for sponsoring today's video. Again, if you don't know who Prime are, it's a platform where you can not only trade crypto, but you can also trade forex, commodities, and stock indices. And as I said, the beauty of Prime is you can use crypto as collateral, so obviously you can use USDT or Bitcoin to trade against forex pairs, the commodities, the stock indices. Yeah, great platform. If you want to find out more, use our code down in the description, and if you want to get up to a $7,000 deposit bonus, use our code and also use our other code to get 25% off trading fees. Now that's out of the way, let's jump into the charts. So first and foremost, remember, nothing discussed is financial advice. This is just my view of the markets and it's for educational purposes only. So it's going to be a quick video today again, just talking about the local range where we're up to and my areas of interest. So first and foremost, monthly, obviously we're still in this downtrend. We've not broken out of this downtrend. Obviously last month did close on a new low. Weekly, obviously same thing. We're kind of going sideways here. Could it be a replica of what happened here and it's just a long sideways range before we either move up to the upside or the downside? We'll wait and see. And daily, we've not taken out obviously the lows, but you know, well, there's nothing really much to get out of this apart from the fact that we're just sideways. Following on from that, let's zoom into the 4 hours so we can take a good look. Obviously last week we'd just taken the highs of the range, which were up here. And what we were talking about on last week's video is a quick screenshot. Obviously we're just taking the highs and we were saying your only options here are either another push back up, either take out these highs or up into this point of control, or if we get acceptance back into this value area, then ideally I'll be looking down towards this EQ / this point of control, which will grab this liquidity. So if we throw that same volume profile back on, we can see this is the liquidity that we were talking about down here. Now again, like we said last week, this candle here and this wick here only happened on the Bybit inverse chart. It didn't actually happen on the USDT pairs. But what happened, we came down into the EQ, slight reaction, then we came lower into the point of control, took this liquidity, small bounce into a little range, and then ultimately we came back down into the value area low. Now if we pull the volume profile all the way across now, we can see this a little bit more clearly because we can see that we came smack bang into the value area low for a nice bounce back up into the point of control. Now this point of control has now moved. Obviously as the range evolves, so will the volume profile. So now the point of control has moved up and it's now in line with the EQ, which is a nice place to be. So in this tiny little range here, unless you're down on the 5-minute chart trading this tiny range, which I know some of our guys do, you know, a range is still a range regardless of the time frame. You know, the point of control is not really the places for taking new trades. Now this is obviously not what the bulk of people are doing, because the reason it's a point of control is because the bulk of people are entering and exiting trades here, which is what effectively creates the point of control. But effectively what you're doing here is you bang on the EQ. So if you're entering longs or if you're entering shorts, then you know you're gambling. You got 50-50 odds of which way it's going to move. Now the secret cheat code for this is having access to order flow. For example, CVD divergences will give us a heads up, and also the actual footprint charts themselves. And this is one of the footprint charts that we use in the group. It's the delta profile. But aside from that, you know, it's not a place to be entering long-term trades. You know, you're going to be scalping, as I say, you know, the 1 to 5 minute chart down in this range if you are trading it. And if not, then you're just gambling for a direction, really. So what could happen from here? Well, let's have a look. So, first thoughts, obviously we do have a news event today. The US has got their GDP numbers coming out, which hopefully could bring some volatility, and it's needed. Yesterday was an inside day, so we didn't actually move outside of the previous day's range. So we're inside day today, so we're looking today to take one of the sides or potentially take both the sides. Doesn't have to happen today, it could be another inside day, but that's just one option on the cards. With the volatility coming though, then we could be looking for potentially a move. So if the move is to the upside, then first and foremost, this would be a region of interest. Now, the reason why this would be a region of interest is because we've got the value area high here, and also if we use a fib retracement and bring this from the highs to the lows, we can see that we've got the 0.5 here, which is just above the value area, and the 0.5 has actually come into play quite often recently. So, for example, if we take a fib pull from the high here, which is at 21.5k, down to the lows, we can see, let's just make this a little bit clearer, we'll put it onto the 0.5, we just fell short of it here. But what we can also see is that the previous move, if we take from the absolute high, so this high here, oh, there we go, and we take it down to the range lows, and we can see the 0.5 came into play again. Okay, so the 0.5 is coming into play quite often because obviously it's ranging behaviour. So it's something to note here. So obviously we've got the 0.5 here and we've got the golden pocket just above. So my thought process with this, as I explained to my guys in the group, is either a reaction at the value area high or push higher and come up towards this golden pocket. Now the beauty of this golden pocket would be is it'd be taking the stops of anyone that's got the stops from these highs here. Doesn't have to come up this high, but it's just an idea for the time being. Now if you can successfully clear that and you don't get that sort of reaction, then I'll be looking higher, either around the 786 region or the range highs itself. Now if it comes up to the range highs, you've got a couple of options at the range highs. Effectively what I'll be looking for, either a very straightforward back test, bear in mind we've already grabbed the liquidity, so we could have a straightforward back test. Let's just clear up some of these squiggles so it makes life a little bit easier. There we go. Get rid of that. Reclaim out of here. Up here, we could either have a straightforward back test, change structure to the downside, and you get your short entry. If that doesn't happen, then I'll be looking break out of this, potentially take this liquidity, back down, back in, and again, you've got your short trigger. We're just trading the range until it breaks. You know, once price comes, if price does come out of here, this isn't the area to be looking for longs. This is the area to take profit on your longs and looking for new shorts. Okay? If you were looking for longs, that was your most obvious long you could get. Okay? And if you took a long from there, then your natural first take profit would have been around the EQ and this point of control. Stop losses to break even. To entry, sorry. And then obviously, any profits that you've got left, you're managing it. If it manages to clear this area, then let it ride some more. If it manages to clear this area, let it ride some more. If it doesn't clear this area, and you do get a strong reaction in either this area or this area, then take off another bulk of your profits, wouldn't you? You know, it's just logical. It's level to level. It's not, you know, again, we're not in bull market territory. We're in bear market territory. We're still sideways and down overall. Okay? So that's to the upside. Now, what happens if we do actually break out of this range? Well, like we've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks now, if it does break out of this range, then my natural area of interest would be around this point of control. Point of control to value area low. So that's to the upside. Clears that, then again, we're just trading this range overall. Acceptance back into value, we're back into this range. Okay? So that's to the upside. What happens to the downside? Well, if you're looking for longs, then your next option, realistically, would be the value area low region. Now, because we've already tagged the value area low quite recently, if this does come back down again, I'd like to see something different happen ideally. So ideally, I'd like to see the liquidity taken back inside value and you're trading it back up. If this doesn't happen, then quite simply, I'm just looking down at the range lows. Okay? It's just level to level, a level to level environment. You know, we've got the outer bounds, outer extreme bounds of the range, and then we've also got the mini range within, which is the value area, which is obviously where the bulk of the volume is. We can see out here it's quite thin. We've only got a couple of spikes on the volume profile, and down here the same. We've got a little spike around this area here, which is in this green box, and then we've got another little spike here. Again, nothing significant. Okay, if that doesn't hold down at the range lows, then we're looking for lower. And again, if you've watched any of our public YouTube videos, then you'll see where, you know, the next realistic support comes in to the downside. Okay, so regardless whatever news comes out today, You have your areas of interest marked on the chart. You know what you're looking for if price does hit one of those areas of interest, and then you know whether to set the trade or not. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now, obviously, my guys in the private members group get way more detailed version than this, and they also know my intermediate levels as well. And obviously, if you guys want to learn along on how we trade like this, then first and foremost, come over to our website. Down here, you've got access to our free group, which is our free Discord group, and you've got over 1,000 members in there sharing various different styles of TA. You know, some people will post their ideas, their trading ideas, and some people will just share their overall general TA. If you want to learn along with us, then check out our Copilot's course. On here, you get access to over, well, it's 80 hours now worth of educational content for the grand old price of 50 quid. You know, it's not really going to break the bank, is it? Let's be honest. Obviously, if you do come over to that, then, you know, it's a quick snapshot of all the educational material that we've got, you know, from simple basic introduction, beginners steps, Fibonacci, you know, what are the levels on Fibonacci, how to pull Fibonacci, whether that's time extensions, retracements, how to understand the volume, which a lot of people don't seem to understand, which always cracks me up a little bit, patterns and harmonics, you know, bonus modules as how to read the order flow, including CVD, divergences, and what's happening at specific levels, entering trades and managing trades. We've got a full series of Elliott wave theory. So if you want to learn Elliott wave theory, it's a very powerful tool, especially on the high time frame of predicting where price can go. Gives you some really good swing setup ideas. The chat and chill, obviously, what we run through with my high time frame setup ideas for swing trades, and also low time frame, loads of cheat sheets, and then we've just finished our trading psychology, so there's loads on here. Also, due to popular request, we did create in the Discord, again this is in the free Discord, we've got an FAQ section. So if you come into our free Discord and click on the Spitfire TA course, we've got a whole FAQ section. You know, is this right for you? You know, does it suit scalpers? Does it suit swing traders? Does it suit people that are in full-time work? So, you know, if you've got any questions, have a look in there to see if it answers it. If not, then drop a message in the Discord and I'll happily answer any questions that you've got. And that's it. So, final Bitcoin video before Christmas. I say no FOMO, no chasing candles today, no matter what the outcome. And yeah, trade safe and as you were. All right, gang. Bye-bye.